3,250 RP. Roughly $25 if we are going by USA standards for a skin that brings along a whole new experience in the game. The Ultimate skin line is the highest tier of purchasable skins in League of Legends. Under that is Mythic, and then Legendary, then Epic, then Standard, then Budget, and then at the way bottom is Time Worm. But to not convolute this video, I am mostly going to be talking about Ultimates, Legendaries, and Epics and how each of them are different than one another. A majority of skins that are released are Epics. These are skins that have a new model, aka new clothes, new textures, new splash image, animations, visual effects, and sound. Sometimes, but not always, they include new voice lines, maybe a line or two, nothing too big. With these skins, there's a lot of new additions to each of them. Of course, it goes without saying, these never give an advantage to your games, other than the skins that have issues with visuals, but I'm pretty sure they've fixed them by now. Skins are a means to have something new other than the usual default. These are slightly rarer than Epics, usually released every so often, I would say every other 2 or 3 or perhaps even more skin lines. This skin line transforms the champion from the ground up, with a new model, textures, splash image, animations, visuals, voiceovers, and sounds. This tier takes it a step higher by going above the call by completely immersing the champion in whatever theme they have. There is Mythic above this technically, but they usually don't have new voice lines, and for the sake of this video being on track, we are just gonna skip this one. For the Ultimate skin lines, these bad boys push the legendaries out of the water in terms of what they bring to the party. These skins transform the champion into different forms, new textures all around, new splash image, new animations that are entirely new to that champion, new voiceover, sounds, VFX, and possibly some bonus content that is not part of the others. Now for these skin lines, these don't come out that often. The last one was the Seraphine one, which came out when she was released back in 2020, so around 3 years now. If you played League when Lux's Ultimate skin came out, I congratulate you on surviving the onslaught of Lux players. Now for $25, it's not something to just brush off, in video games especially when the game itself is free. 25 buckaroos is a big thing, so you expect to get every cent out of it. And that's where the main topic of this video takes off. Is the anger, or at least skepticism, about the new Samira skin that is listed as an Ultimate justified? Now, I don't like drama, in fact I hate it. I tend to stay neutral in most things. I hate picking favorites or sides, but what I like to do is listen to what everyone has to say and come to my own conclusion. With the new skin line of Soul Fighter, a gorgeous skin line that contains loads of content for all to enjoy across the League universe with LOR, League, Wild Rift, and I believe even TFT comes to the Ultimate Samira skin. Footage of said skin came out, and people have noticed that this skin, despite having everything that is under the criteria of Ultimate, her animations are very similar, if not exactly the same as your usual animations. Meaning, this skin has mostly no new physical animations outside of taunts, jokes, dance, and recall animations. I'm going to use footage from Twitter user Ismail to assist me with this discussion. His video compares how default Samira differentiates to Soul Fighter Samira, and each of the comparisons her animations that seem to be no different from one another, from reloading animation, to crit melee auto attack animation, to even the move after melee auto attack transition. Now, a couple months ago, there were talks, or at the very most, leaks about a possible Legendary Plus skin line on that would be placed in between Legendary and Ultimate. So possibly $20 akin to the $15 that a Legendary would cost. As far as I could look up, nothing outside of this leak has been concrete since, as of writing this script, no new news has come to light. Although not listed as Legendary Plus, there has been unique additions to recent Legendaries that have come out. For instance, the Winter Blessed Diana skin. When you ult 2 or more enemies, her outfit transforms. It isn't something you are able to access through basing with MF, transforming through leveling up his ultimate with Ezreal's, freely changing DJ Sona's looks, gaining stacks with Elementalist Lux and choosing what form you want, choosing what version you want in Champion Select with Seraphine's KDA skin, or swapping between different forms with Spirit Guard Udyr. Each of those skins I've listed have every aspect of them changed, from animations, recall, you name it. Now what is different with Diana's skin is her ability to temporarily change what the Rift looks like if she gets a pentakill. Now, if skins like the Winter Blessed Diana were released in the future but listed as a Legendary Plus, would that constitute a higher price? It's tough to say. Now, it should be noted that despite MF being in that list of ultimates, she's the only one on where her price is not $32.50, but it's in fact $27.75, so just a little above $20. The reason being is, product manager Supercakes explained in the Dev Diary State of Skins from 5 years ago that the skin itself didn't warrant a full price of $32.50 because the tech that they had on hand wasn't really new. So although it goes through all the criteria of an ultimate, the price was knocked down. Now, I won't be going through all of the complaints for the MF skin, but a majority of the complaints were aimed at how her ultimate skin animations were really close to her base model one, and that the forms she can change into seem to be more like chromas than a whole change. To me, it's never a bad thing to have expectations, especially if there were clear and successful examples from prior skins. In BBB's video, it showed other aspects of the Rift change, such as how the towers are destroyed, or even how Baron is killed. Those might justify that kind of price alongside the Rift changing, but it would obviously be up to Raya on how they go through with that. Why I brought up legendaries in the first place is to not only remind those who are unfamiliar with how they are different, but to also bring up the fact that people have thought that Samira's new skin was initially supposed to be a legendary, but ultimately, no pun intended, actually yes pun intended, was actually an ultimate. There are two critical aspects missing from the skin, one being their forms being able to change, not including how her ultimate in-game looks, and animations. Without those two very important criteria, it's tough to call it an ultimate. Now, new news about Samira's skin was brought to light with the PBE update, and unfortunately, the only thing that was added or adjusted were some of her VFX. Nothing about her price was addressed within the post. So it does seem like they are dead set on it being an ultimate skin after all. It should go without saying that harassing any rioters is never a good thing. They only want the best for the community, and sometimes it's out of their control, so if you do comment, please be nice about it. It's a gorgeous skin, I'll give it that. It's fluid, the colors and effects are really beautiful, that HUD having that cool meter, the counter of how many kills you have with the taunt are all very nice, but not having that extra magic of transforming your looks and not having that many different animations to anything kills that score of whatever you gave it to begin with. I'm not saying anything of what I'm thinking to be a fact. That is entirely my own opinion, and you are more than welcome to come to your own conclusion. What do you think? It's a really nice skin, but that $25 tag on it just doesn't sit right with me. I know it's for the charity, but that doesn't excuse the missing aspects of what would make it an ultimate skin. I hope they can learn from this and apply it to the future skins and make sure that every area is checked off. So I guess to answer the question, is it worth $25? Yes and no, more on the no side. The thing that people were most excited about Ultimate Skins is how it can actually literally transform the champion. But since this doesn't have any transformations, and the animations are very, very similar, I don't believe it's worth that $25 mark. Now, if it was listed as a Legendary Plus, then definitely it's worth that much. But as an Ultimate, no, I don't think so. What do you think about this predicament? Is the disappointment towards the skin price / tier fair, or is it too far? Let me know in the comments, and have a good and fun day. Goodbye!